Hello, welcome back to a new segment of Pat's Daily Rants. Glad you could join me again. Today I'm going to talk about budgets, and more importantly I'm going to rant about our political system's inability to understand exactly what that means and how it affects everybody paying into said budget. What am I talking about? Here in Minnesota we're in session, okay? And there's a proposal on the table of 23.7% for reimbursement for mental health services. And I'm not targeting mental health by any stretch of the imagination, so everybody calm down about that. All right. What I am saying, though, is that this money has to come from someplace, whether it be for mental health, whether it be for dog walking, dog parks, no parking signs. I don't care what it is. When there's a percentage thrown out there, they being the legislators, the lawmakers in this state, have to explain to the citizens that are going to pay this ultimately where that money is going to come from. So, with that, I'm going to break it down in the simplest forms of economics. A budget, okay? We know in this state how much money comes in. That's all the money you can spend, less what we have to make payments on what we owe. Okay, so I'm going to make it real simple. I would love to have a new truck, okay? But I don't have the money for that. I can't afford that right now. It's not in the budget. So you know what I'm doing? Boo frickin' who. I'm making do with what I have. All right? If it breaks, I fix it. But only to the tune of what I can afford. How hard is this for people to understand? When you take money and are spending it out of a budget, out of a pool, a pot of money, it has to come from someplace, which means something else is going to suffer for it. You know what? Here's the deal. Here's my proposal. Lawmakers, legislators, when you make a proposal, whether it's 0.5%, 2%, 20%, whatever it is, you have to explain, number one, how many dollars that equates to. Not just a percent, because that confuses people. Then you have to explain where that money is going to come from. What pool of money or other source or other program are you going to take that money from without going outside the ball of money that you have to pay for it? I don't understand why this is so difficult to understand. Again, get the budget done and then you know how much money you have left over to spend on all the pet projects. I don't know about everybody else out there, but I am getting sick and tired of going further in debt as a state, as a country, when in reality it's a pretty simple equation. Politicians, pull your heads out of your hind ends for just a moment, please, and figure out what the budget is. Then you know how much money you have to spend. And quit putting the pressure on the people that are paying the tab, because the politicians themselves are paying a very, very small portion of it. This has been a rant about budgets and politicians. Hope you have a great day. See ya!